Hey everybody, welcome back to Leosophy. I got 3 more questions and I'm going to jump right in. 1. Is fasting good for you? This is a very timely question because I'm actually fasting right now. There are benefits, but it's definitely not the cure-all that a lot of new agey types claim that it is. And before doing anything of the sort, people should always consult their doctor, always, because you don't know what the potential consequences are. For starters, fasting causes a spike in cholesterol. It can cause spikes in insulin, and so if someone has cholesterol issues or diabetes, then that's really not recommended. But one thing to also note, though, is that, and this is why I'm doing it, is that if a person were to fast for about 72 hours or over that, what happens is the body enters a state of autophagy where they really start eliminating old immune cells and old cells in general, old somatic cells. And what this does is it eliminates the senescent cells and can sort of reset the immune system as well as decrease the likelihood of developing cancer. And I know that's a very broad and really almost outrageous sounding claim, but it's really more about prevention rather than treatment. And so I think that it is very good. I think that the people are evolved to go certain extended periods without food, and there are benefits, but there are also possible consequences. And more importantly, fasting to lose weight is, or at least will develop into, an eating disorder, and that is not a reason to fast. It is not a weight loss tool. Cutting back calories is, but not full-blown fasting. Intermittent fasting, I would argue, is a very effective weight loss tool, but that's not the same thing. In my opinion, when I think of fasting, I think of 24 hours plus. Intermittent fasting, I would regard it as sort of like a lighter version of that. But yeah, it does have its benefits. Next question. Whatever happened to metal fillings? Well, those metal fillings are an amalgam of mercury and other metals. And the problem with it being mercury is that it's an extremely easy to absorb material that has really, 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 really lasting consequences on a person's body. Mercury is what's associated, you may have heard the expression mad as a hatter. That's because they use mercury for the bands around the hats, and they would seep through the cloth into the skin, into the body, and drive a person crazy. So it's not a safe material to be exposed to, and that's why they have phased them out to a point that, I actually, when I was a kid, I had mercury amalgam fillings, and they've been since removed and replaced with whatever that is, porcelain, whatever they are. Yeah, much better than that. And by the way, the reason why they were replaced was because eventually they do deteriorate. It wasn't that they were like excavated out of an otherwise healthy tooth or anything. That's something that I don't recommend. You should wait until they atrophy somewhat, because there is a limit to how long they last. Next question. Are there any foods you'd recommend for raising test? There's quite a few, actually. Let's see. All the cruciferous vegetables, the brassicas, mustard, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, kale, etc. They actually bind to phytoestrogens and xenoestrogens, and so they can filter those out of your body. More importantly, though, zinc and selenium are very important. So a 1 to 3 Brazil nuts a day is good for that. Oysters, things of that sort. By the way, Brazil nuts contain so much selenium that you really actually do need to limit the amount. If you were to eat like 5 of those a day, it would actually add up in your system, and you could end up with selenium poisoning. That's how much is in it. And also getting a decent amount of fats, both healthy and what some people regard as unhealthy. It is important to get some saturated fats. It is important to get enough fats in general, because it's an ingredient in testosterone, because testosterone is made from cholesterols. But it's also important to balance that out, because as body weight goes up, testosterone goes down. So really, it's a tightrope walk. But yeah, cruciferous vegetables, Brazil nuts, shellfish, anything that contains a healthy amount of fat. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, keep asking questions. Bye.